Good evening. Sorry I'm late. Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator, was stamping up. I was late because, for some reason, every time I punched in my title for the live, I kept getting somebody trying to tag in or something else trying to tag in, I'm not sure what, for LuLaRoe. Somebody I didn't even know. So, I don't know exactly what happened there, but it's not happening now, and that's all that matters. So, just a weird thing. So, sorry about being a couple minutes behind, but I didn't think you wanted to watch anything with leggings in it tonight. I sure didn't. So, not exactly what I was trying to do, shall we say. Alrighty. So, I think we're set to go. And I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get a head start on Christmas stuff because last year I ended up running late. And if you know me, I don't like running late. Go figure, huh? So, I ended up trying to get things started as quick as I could in hopes that it helps. We'll see if it does. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody's going to join me. And trying to get everything else back together and ready to go. Today's been a little bit of a different day. For those of you that don't live in the high desert, I've had little to no cell phone signal, which means no texting, no this, no that. So I've been trying to make do, and it's funny how dependent you get on technology, shall we say. So, well, I see one's on with me. Let me know who you are. And I think what we're going to do is get started. Because I don't know about you, but I live this life too. I have this great idea that I am going to do this great project, right? And when I try to do this great project in my head, it's awesome. But when I sit down to do it, it looks like this. It looks like I've pulled a little bit of ribbon out of a drawer, and I've pulled some stuff out of my scrap pile, and I have some stuff cut, and I have a punch, and some stamps, and I've pulled every single color that I think looks like Christmas. And I figured tonight I would see how many tags I could get done while we're sitting here talking, so you know that I am about as normal as you. Yes, I do this full time, however, that doesn't always mean things go as planned, for one. Very rarely, actually. And for two, it means that even though I could order whatever, if you think resources are in abundance, but it means that I still make do just like everybody else, and I try to figure out what I can make and what I can do with the resources I have. So, with that being said, I'm going to get a little bit organized because literally I was like, let me just do like everybody else would do and chuck everything on the table and hope for the best. You see where it has gotten me so far, right? So I am just organizing my colors into reds, greens, blues, and then neutrals. I have got some real red ribbon as well as the crocheted new ribbon from the holiday catalog that you guys will be able to pick up on Thursday, which is tomorrow, or Friday, depending if you're in 29 or Yucca, let me know. And we will get that to you. But yeah, I live very similarly to everybody else. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but that means that I'm tangled in ribbon as often as you are. So I think we're going to leave the burlap out unless it becomes a background of something. So the only thing I've pre-done, besides make a huge pile of a mess here, the only thing I have pre-done has been to die cut a few things, and I'm trying to see where I'm centered here so I make sure to stay in the scene, as it were, so that way you guys don't end up with half of a something. So alrighty, so I am just pulling, and look, I found banners. I'm not sure I have anything that fits them, but I found them. And I pulled a whole bunch of just what looked like Christmas to me out of my scrap pile. Yes, really. So I'm just organizing by what is a true scrap and what could be utilized as a complete tag. I got the new punch, so I was thinking, what can I use as a complete tag vice what is a complete scrap? Does that make sense? So that one's big enough. Yeah, that one's just barely big enough, and we got this, so we'll put this at the bottom. So I'm just getting it so I know what I can punch. And no, we're not going to make this many. But while I'm organizing this, I will talk to you about bingo again. On the 16th of September, obviously not tonight. Yay. We go a little further ahead than that, right? So bingo, 29 Palms Food Pantry, Saturday, September 16th, 5 o'clock. If you would like to pre-order tickets with me, they are $10. If you would like to wait until you get to the door, they're $15. That's about what I have so far as that goes. Let's see here. And I think that's about it for housekeeping stuff. There's a whole bunch of invites out right now. The 26th is our first Stamp-A-Stack. 16 cards, $30, includes lunch from 10 to 3. You need to RSVP before the 23rd, which is the Wednesday before. On the 28th, we will not have normal drop-in time. Let me rephrase that. We will have normal drop-in time, but it will be for the open house for the new catalog. I will not be doing drop-in and let me answer your questions. We're going to just be doing some projects with the new catalog. Excuse me. Sorry. Let me grab a sip. So, that's how that's going to go. So we're just going to pop this open. This is our new Merry Little Labels. Comes in a bundle with the punch. This is out of the new catalog that you'll be able to order out of on the 1st. You'll have the catalog tomorrow or Friday. And if you can't make those, let me know and we'll work out something else, obviously. The first time I will be taking orders on this new catalog is on the 26th because I can't put anything in until the 1st, and I cannot, should not, and do not like holding orders more than 7 days. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So, alrighty. So instead of trying to figure out all this, I am just going to take all these out. I know you guys are like, you have completely lost it, but I probably have, and that's okay, because I'm planning on using every single one of these, okay? Alrighty, so for tonight, let's get going, shall we? So what the plan is I'm going to punch a whole bunch of these, I'm going to stamp a whole bunch of these, And then, no, we do not sell this anymore, but that Crop-A-Dile, instead of having to do individual punches, I can do like about 10 or so at a time. So yes, I'm planning on doing quite a few. So let's see what trouble we can get into. And I'm trying to get them to all face the same way. I know, crazy. Dump them on the table and then I still got to get it facing the right way, right? So, oh well, it's just what it is. Alrighty, so we're going to get going, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to start with. I think I'm going to do the for and from to begin with, and I am looking at this glitter paper. It looks to me like that's going to be some berries, so I'm probably going to stamp it in green instead. Alright, so we're going to stamp in some garden green tonight. Ready? Who's counting with me? Here's one, right? Did I leave enough room? Gosh, I hope so. And I smushed it too far. All right. And because they're tags, I don't want to flip them over. That keeps marking. I might have to X-Acto knife that eventually. But right at the moment, that's how it's going to be. So I'm going to grab my small side. And I'm going to grab my glitter paper, glimmer paper, however you want to say it. And I'm just going to do a few of these guys. Okay. And that is going to be my holly dots. Okay. So I'm going to grab my glue dots out. Now, if your glue dots are too big, which these are going to be, you can either cut them in half, or you could do what I'm going to do and just kind of roll them until they fit. Adapt and overcome, right? All right. And what I should do before I start doing those is I should punch these out. And I will figure out what creative opportunity I am going to have for that nice line that we have there, huh? But we will get it. Alright, I'm going to go up a little bit. Alright, now that is officially scratch instead. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue dotted glimmer and stick it on there. Squish that glue dot. May not have been the best, but it's what I have right within reach. Translation, it's what I'm using. So we're gonna roll this a little bit more. Grab only one of these guys. And see what we end up with. Alrighty. Looks good to me. We're not going for perfection here. We're going for multiples. So, yes, I know there's a line. Yes, it will bother me. Yes, I will probably have to take an X-Acto knife to my stamps. But, right at the moment, that's what happens when you have brand new stamps and don't take the time to stamp with them beforehand. So it's just what it is, shall we say. Alrighty, so there are my holly. So I have two, yay! Okay. Now I'm thinking we're gonna do a beige. And we gotta do it with this green, don't we? I like that one. Definitely do like that one. Let's punch this out and see how much room we have. None. Did they design it for this? I'm not sure. It's going to cut off a tiny bit, but it's going to be close enough. And that's what counts, I guess. Right? Okay. So there's that guy. And I don't think I have room for anything, so 3. Alright, let's grab a white here. And I'm thinking we got to do Let It Snow, which translation means a blue, right? Gotta be a blue. If it's Let It Snow, right? Alright. So we are going to grab here. And grab this. Okay. Stamp it off a little bit. Grab this punch. Look at how nice that looks. If I could get it centered, it'd be awesome. All right. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, what does that need? What do you think that needs? Hey, look, I happen to do a deer. Let's see if it's huge compared. Yeah, never mind. Alrighty, so evidently we're gonna leave that one be too. Wow, that wasn't to scale, was it? Alright, so here's a blue. So I'm thinking we're gonna do another Let It Snow. And another Let It Snow. And I'm gonna grab, one second you guys, some of the, now it's retired, Dazzling Details Silver Sparkle. You say that a couple times fast. But I will tell you, the clearance rack got updated. And I think it's $1 a jar. Woo. Gotta get my glitters to come out. Come on. I think it's $1 a jar for this. I do not have a good space to get this moving. Alright, there we go. Hopefully I won't get into that. So, but I think it's $1 a jar. And you can pick some up for super cheap right now. So I'm just going to touch all my stars. Just to give a tiny bit of bling. Because you know I can't leave something normal, right? Can't be normal. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to cap this off for right now and stick it right next to my wet stuff in hopes that I don't get something into it. But we'll see how that goes, right? Quick tip for you when you're punching out, if you have a punch that flies a lot, my 1/2 inch circle always seems to fly. And I notice with this one it does a little bit. Just put your hand or your thumb over. Of course I need both hands, but it'll keep it from flying on you. Okay? Alrighty, so I have this one already done. And I'm thinking, I'm going to see if my Just For You fits on here. Well, it does if I didn't do it crooked. So let's see. Do I want anything else? I'm thinking I need one of those deer now. So that way it doesn't look so crooked. What do you think? Just For You? Yeah. Trying to figure all this out. Grab a mini dimensional. Love these minis because I no longer have to cut them in half, make my scissors all sticky, and then on top of it, half the time it would roll. So I actually really like these guys now. So I am thinking that's where that's gonna go. Okay. So I don't know how many we've got so far. Are you guys keeping count? Who's on with me tonight? I hope you're counting better than I am. We'll just say that. So, alrighty. Are we doing all these in blue? I don't think so. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a few more so I don't have to clean in between. I need that whole thing to ink. Oh, another tip for you. While you are stamping, even though you're always in a hurry, because I know I am too, if you 1, 2, 3. If you hold it down for about 3 seconds, the ink will actually go down into the paper and you'll have a brighter, crisper image. Just a heads up, okay? So I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up. If you just hold your stamp, don't rock it, but if you hold your stamp down just for like 3 to 5 seconds, you'll get a much better image. Okay? I know, it makes stamping just that much longer, but it's a good deal. And then for those of you that bought the Daisy Punch, I know some of you are complaining that it's catching, okay? Instead of pulling down, pull over, and you won't have as many things to get caught on. Actually works pretty well, at least from what I have found. Take it or leave it. But hopefully that helps you. Not sure. So, alright, so let's grab some of this silver again. And I'm going to get some of them stars going. Maybe next time I'll do the trees instead. That's what I'm thinking I should have done. But I think it would be too much if I did all of it. So, the other thing you can do if you want to have it look like snow is your embossing paste. You can take and grab your heat gun. Alright, we gotta be done with this blue, otherwise I'm gonna do the whole pile in blue. But grab your heat gun and emboss it like it's embossing powder. And that will actually, let's do some cherry cobbler. That will actually make it look like snow. Okay? So that's another tip for you. No peeking. I think that's what we need to do. No peeking. That one inks very nicely. 2, 3. Okay. See how that just gives a great image? Okay. I'm done now. I might say it again, but in the meantime, we'll see. Okay. If you need to put your hand over, feel free to do so. This one doesn't pop too bad, but the smaller ones generally do. Then you find them in your vacuum cleaner because they've landed on the floor quite a few times. So, alrighty, so we got some no peekings. We've got some glitter going on. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, what color haven't we done? We haven't done any of this Tranquil Tide. And I am thinking with the Tranquil Tide, we probably should do like a basic gray or a black. Right? Yes? Okay. So, don't do this at home. Don't be stamping right next to your glitter glue. And don't not clean your stamp set in between. But if you saw the pile I've got going on, oh, that's so not going to work. Okay, let's find another piece. That was way too close. Okay. Let's see if this one's any better. Like, there was no room for that punch. Not at all. There we go. Okay. Alright. That was a cute little flip, wasn't it? Alrighty. So we gotta do some eat, drink, and be merries. Because we haven't done any yet. And I'm thinking we should probably just do some white. That's so boring though, huh? So, let's do this. And let's grab a piece of this Tranquil Tide. And I'm going to cheat a little bit because I have 2 that are already punched. So we're going to grab those 2. But we're not going to do the white just yet. Because I actually want to use this. So I'm not sure how. Anybody got any ideas? No? Okay. So I am thinking as quick as I possibly can. As always. Because you know me, I don't do anything slow, do I? Alrighty. So So let's see what we get here. I'm going to grab a pair of scissors. No, they are not Stampin' Up. I should be grabbing my snips, but I am not. Alright. I just got into that glitter glue just like I said I wasn't. Oh well. Alright, so we're going to do this idea of grabbing, let's see, some snail. And I'm going to glue this on here. Now this is a piece that I just threw in the scratch bucket because I didn't know what to do with it. If you remember right, I did an Eskimo card, and this was the scrap off of that. So you never know when you're going to find somehow, somewhere, some way to use what you have. I'm not saying to hoard it all, but I am saying you never know when it's going to be used. Do ya? So, alrighty, so I think what I am going to do is grab a tree maybe. That looks good to me. I'm not sure how many of these things I want, so evidently 2 is the magic number. So now I gotta find something else I need to stick it to. Alright, get these little things off of here. Please and thank you. Okay. Got it. So, brick wall, tree, and I'm thinking we're gonna do a deer as well. I'm not sure about this one. I'm sure somebody will like it. It may or may not be me. But in the meantime, I guess this is what we're doing. I don't like that deer on there. So we are going to leave that be. So that's what we are doing for that one. So this one, I think we are going to grab, oh come on. Alright, I'm going to grab a tree and a deer on this one. So I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals. Evidently a tree only takes 2. I will get it all down by the time we start doing our stack days. On the 6th. Yes. Alrighty. And I'm thinking that needed some background. But I didn't put it on. Of course, right? So I'm going to pop this open. This is the Carols of Christmas one. And I'm going to see what kind of trouble I can get into, for lack of better terms, right? Alright, so I don't want gray ornaments. I am thinking that we are going to do some fig with that copper. And let's just see what this looks like. Sometimes the best things you can do are when you're just making it up, but I do not like how that is coming together. So that's what I'm getting that time. Now I've got a whole stack now, if you could see. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so there's another one. Where did that other circle go? Did we already use it? It's supposed to be in here. I had 2 of them, right? In this whole big huge pile. I thought I had 2. I'm gonna look for a half a second, and if I can't find it, oh well, it's done. Okay. So, let's see, what else are we gonna make? What else? What else? I found my circle. Life is okay now. Except that it tore. So there obviously needs to be a tree or a deer there, right? Okay. Obviously. So So let's see what we got. Got a couple deer, couple trees left. We're gonna see what we end up with. So we're gonna put some of these mini dimensionals magic dots down on these deer and trees and everything else. Okay. Now you're going to take your sweet time and you're not going to do like I'm doing, but we are just doing it to see how many we can get done. So this would be like if you waited until Christmas Eve and you're wrapping presents and trying to get it all done in the same night. That would be what this would look like. So you don't want to do that. Just FYI. In case you were wondering what this looks like, that's what that looks like. So, I'm giving you a hard time if you haven't figured it out. But, alright. So, let's get one more tree in here. And I thought I had peeled this guy off. Here I am grabbing it like it's a sticker. Nope. Alright. So in the meantime, I think this guy goes right in between the trees in there, peering out. So I think that is that guy. Gosh, I hope that's dry since I just set everything down on top of it. So, alrighty, so we've gone for a while now. Yes, I still have stuff, but honestly, I think you're probably going, when's she gonna stop? So, I'm stopping now. And I'm going to punch and get all my ribbon. We didn't do the eat, drink, and be merry. Oh well. Next time, so we have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not bad. Not bad at all. So it's possible, you guys, to get it done quickly. Just want to let you know. And yes, thankfully that's dry. So, alrighty, so I am going to grab my big side of my punch. Oh, that's not completely dry. I'm now making fingerprints everywhere. Oh well. You will want it to dry. Okay, so there's that one. This one I'm going to do down in this corner. And I'm going to be super careful with this one, since I now know that this is not completely dry. Okay, so my no peekings are going to get squished, shall we say. And my let it snows are going to get squished, and my no peekings and my just for yous. Look at this, you guys. I might actually be okay this year. How about you? So this is possible to just sit down quick and do this, okay? All right. Almost done. Okay, so these are already punched. So I'm going to leave you with this because my power is about to go done. And I'm going to leave you with them almost done. We're going to stick some ribbons in them, and I will do a gorgeous picture for you later. And if there's nothing else, there's always an order going in. There's always something happening. Let's see what else. Just be watching, because I will be making samples with all the new stuff more and more as time goes on. So I hope you found this enjoyable. And, well, if you didn't, I'm sorry. I got a whole bunch of tags done, though. So, with tags, if you don't end up using them for tie-ons for gift bags or, you know, the traditional actually on a present, you can always, you know, tie a piece of really thin twine and glue it onto the front of a card instead. So, really super easy. Just do a mat and then do, you know, put it on a card. So that way you've got a card finished. So a lot of different ways to do it. As always, please feel free to check out my new blog, www.stampingwithjohnny.wordpress.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Yes, my phone has not been working today. Hopefully that will get resolved. There's a tower down, evidently. And happy crafting, stamping, and go get those fingers inky. That's what we're here for, right? So have a great night. Thank you. Bye-bye.